So welcome to another episode of Indisputable Evidence. We back again, a little short-handed. I'm your co-host, Anthony Beck, along with my other co-host.
The man without representation on the other podcast logo, Marcus.
Man, go.
It's your boy Darnell.
This man. Oh, my God.
I'm just saying,
Marcus, we trying, man. Dang.
Try harder. Hack into somebody's account. Doodle me on that thing. Anything.
Breaking laws about hacking into people's account. Why do you want me to go to jail, man?
I don't want you to go to jail, man. Just get a misdemeanor and bond out. I don't know.
Here. I don't even want that.
I don't have to know. Do what you gotta do. Make a call. Be civil. DMs, anything. Doodle me.
We trying, man. Try
harder.
You know what? Just for that crack, you ain't getting on the logo. Just
Hate ass. Some black man shine.
I knew he was gonna say that, but we got a special guest joining us from the Panthers Town Hall meetings. You've seen him on here before. Long time no see. We got Cam joining us. How you doing tonight, man?
Yo, what's up with y'all boys?
Not much really. I mean, you see what I've gone through for the past couple months now. I mean, I'm trying to get the man on the logo on the other podcast. I'm trying.
Try harder.
Why don't you try harder? Why he don't get the smoke?
Oh, he did.
Y'all gotta find a way to put Marcus on the logo, man.
Thank you. Somehow, bro, just get a permanent marker, get some Sharpie, or go on Microsoft Paint like back in the day, like everybody used to do. You know, get a little picture of me to the side and use that as a reference point and just doodle me. Or just go stick figure like the old elementary school days.
Who in the entire hell still using Microsoft Paint?
It still works. I use it from time to time. It's fun.
I'd rather do Hooked on Phonics.
Ain't nothing wrong with Microsoft Paint. What's this backlash against it?
Ain't no backlash. People ain't using it.
I mean, some things get brought back. It's retro.
We'll get them on that. Yeah, we got a pretty good show for y'all tonight. We're gonna heavily talk about the combine and recap that, and also free agency is looming for the NFL. So get ready to buckle up for that. Jags fans, be prepared to be disappointed. That's all I'm gonna say. Look, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
We finna lose Juwan Taylor, okay? I accepted that a long time ago.
Hold on, time out before we go. You said what now?
Well, because if we lose Juwan Taylor, I accepted that.
Woo! Didn't I tell you to put a call in to Tony Khan and pay him? The shot coming all the Khan family. Didn't I tell you to put a call in and pay him?
We don't got the money to do it. We would, but we gave him a contract. He's probably going to go in the free agency because, well, one, this free agency class fucking stinks. Two, he's a good pass blocking right tackle who's young and doesn't get hurt. Someone's going to drop a bag on him. Get your money, Juwan. Whether it's here or somewhere else.
They lowballed him. That's what
they most definitely did not lowball him. Let's not go there.
They ain't pay him enough, so they did something. But yeah,
we kind of strapped right now, so there's really not much we could do.
Cheapskates.
No. Did you not see the money we spent last year?
The cheap. But yeah, looking at this combine, so we last night we did the former Gators on there. We're gonna bring up one in particular though on this one as well. But what were y'all thoughts on the combine? What y'all saw from a lot of the guys out there? Did anybody exceed expectations for you?
Yes. I got a couple of names. I ain't even gonna lie to you. For me, really, the main positions that I really watched. I'll start for the ones who disappointed me. Let me say that. One of them, really, actually, the whole position group, wide receivers, was not impressed by any of them. 40 time is cute, but I'm looking at the drills. Actually, I'll take that back. Jackson Smith nigga from Ohio State, he was solid. but we knew he was gonna be
Hold
solid.
on, hold on, time out.
Why is this a bit on this show?
Why is it that this show is the only show where this happens?
This
It is
is
not you.
crazy.
Huh?
This is wild. You called him what?
That's his name, Jackson Smith.
Hey,
Jackson Smith and
it could come into something good because every catch a touchdown,
Yeah.
Jackson
same.
Smith is that nigga. Okay, it works.
Jackson Smith,
In Jigba.
nigga. That's nah. Jackson Smith and Jigba
Terrible.
for real though. He's gonna be a really good slot receiver. I liked him out of the wide receiver group. Everybody else, yeah, you know what I'm saying. I did for Clemson. Out of Clemson, I liked Joe Ngata actually showed me. I didn't know he was actually even entering the draft, right? But because I didn't think he was all that good at Clemson, but he actually did really good in his drills. So but a name for me that I really thought improved his stock a lot, Stetson Bennett out of Georgia. That man was throwing dimes in the passing sessions. He was actually throwing some pretty good dimes,
The
especially his deep
mailman.
ball. Yeah, the mailman. He was comfortable. He was calm, and we kind of get it now. That's his thing. That's his story by now. But he continues to surprise me. So I thought he did really good. And then again, I got to give a shout out to all my Clemson guys that was out there. Brian Brzee, they dominated that defensive line, them D line drills. He was outstanding. Really a lot of defensive linemen. Golly, they was looking good out there. My man's from Louisville, Diaby, I think his name is.
Yeah, Diaby.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be somebody that the Carolina Panthers need to be looking out for. He's an edge rusher, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's somebody I was impressed with. And then obviously tight ends, Darnell Washington. I think he
Oh my
really
God.
Yeah,
Titans didn't really, but he was going crazy.
he had the best
Yeah.
shoulder short.
Made
Yeah.
good Lord.
So I think I think there's a lot of good talent in this draft. Wide receivers again to me were as a whole pretty underwhelming, but the running backs, all of them look good. So you got your wide receivers who were kind of down, but for me the running backs are way up, man. Like this is if you need a running back, this is a great class to go get one.
Oh yeah.
If you need a running back, you need a tight end, you need a defensive lineman, you need corners. This is a draft for you.
But
Absolutely.
I'm gonna say this though. If the Kansas City Chiefs get their hands on Jahmyr Gibbs, put him in the Super Bowl next year. It's a wrap. That offense will not be fair.
Yeah. You think they would go after him after having Pacheco?
Yeah, because
It's running back, so why not?
Because Jared McKinnon, I think, is probably going to be gone. They're probably going to try and trade Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
What value does he have though?
Or a cut. I think he's just gonna be a cut. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, they might.
He probably didn't pick his option though.
Yeah.
So, they did?
No, they didn't pick it up.
Oh yeah, I think he's gonna be a cut.
Yeah, he probably gonna be a cut, so they're gonna need somebody to replace both of them, really. So he get there, it's a wrap. But I got to give a personal shout out, even though he didn't perform there. 850 Devin Witherspoon. Remember that name. That's all I'm gonna say.
Cornerback, right?
Yeah, let's just say, this is what I'm gonna say. The high school he went to here in Pensacola, been telling folks that team been loaded for years. They got another 5-star on their offensive line right now that's being heavily recruited right now. They loaded. I'm just saying that, but
That's
yeah,
draft for my money, honestly.
Yeah, for me, I agree. If you need a corner, get one. You need a running back, go after one.
Except Kelly Ringo.
Yes.
Y'all not impressed with y'all don't like Ringo?
No.
He ain't got childbearing hips out there. He ain't smooth at all.
Yeah, he wasn't smooth. He
didn't hit the way he was trying to turn.
He looked a little stiff.
A little.
Yeah.
Like he look having hips like he needs hip replacement.
Looked like he had hip replacement surgery.
But he's big, he's physical, he's fast. If,
Yeah.
if your GM's a size queen when it comes to corners, sure.
If your GM doesn't love his job, go ahead and take him.
Wonder what he would think about moving to safety if that's in play.
I'm gonna say that for 2 years. He's probably moved to safety in the NFL. I don't think he will because safeties don't get paid as much, obviously. So I don't think he's gonna want to do that. But he's a safety.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Mid quarterbacks, I'm gonna just say this: C.J. Stroud put on the show. Wait, to throw the ball out there. He put on the show, but somebody else put on the show out there too.
Anthony Richardson.
That boy showed out.
Athleticism, we all knew that was it. He jumped out the gym pretty much. Ran a 4.43 at 6'4", 240 pounds. And they just wanted to see him throw the ball. He said he was going to throw. They wanted to see him to go through that.
Looked more than solid out there. He didn't have to blow anybody away necessarily, but he looked like he knew what he was doing. He looked confident what he was doing.
Threw dimes out there.
Yeah.
He
was I think out of all the quarterbacks at the combine, he was already obviously a top 3 quarterback in this draft. The ones who participated, he was at the very least 1B behind CJ Stroud. And I think it really helped both of them that they went back to back in all the drills, because really, I mean, Richardson, it's hard to say, like, he improved his stock greatly at the combine. And I know he was just throwing in his draws or whatever, right? Like, we get it. You know what I'm saying? The college tape, it might not all be there. Somebody came into space earlier that we had on Twitter. It said he only got about 400 passes in college. Sample size is very small, but he also made a great point. The guy earlier, he was from CBS Sports. I think it was Bryant McFadden. He came and talked to us. He made a great point about Josh Allen, though, too. The reason why Josh Allen has succeeded thus far in the NFL, he gave 3 reasons. He said, number one, he himself is extremely coachable, right? So when he came into the league, we forget in his first 2 years, people were saying Josh Allen was going to be a bust because he really wasn't that good in his first 2 years in the league. But he was coachable. Brian Daboll came in. That was the other point, was that he had great coaching around him. So Brian Daboll came in and really gave him the tools that he already had the tools, but gave him the coaching to round out his tools, right? To own his skills, right? And then the third thing is that they gave him Stephon Diggs. They gave him a true number 1 wide receiver, right? So now Josh Allen is looked at as, one of the best quarterbacks in the league. You know what I'm saying? With Anthony Richardson, you can really do the same thing. I mean, Josh Allen in college was no better than Anthony Richardson was. The only difference between the two is that Josh Allen had more playing time. But what it really boils down to is that he was extremely raw in college and entering in the NFL. And Anthony Richardson is the same way. He's extremely raw, but he has the tools. He looks like he's going to be very coachable. And the reason why I say that is because I was watching some film of his in college at Florida. His footwork looked so much better in the combine, just in those small drills. It wasn't, obviously it wasn't live or nothing like that, right? Like, it wasn't actual play, but the footwork, just the drop back, the progression, just looked a lot better at the combine. So I think really he showed me, not even like you boys said already, from the athletic standpoint, it was already there. Like, we already knew the measurables were going to be off the charts, right? He got a perfect 10 on the relative athletic score, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I got to go double check, but he was at a 10 at one point. We knew the measurables were going to be off the chart. We knew that when he got a chance to show that deep ball, that it was going to be something special. What we didn't know was his footwork still going to be there, the short, the intermediate routes that they were doing with wide receivers. We didn't know how that was going to look. Everything looked outstanding from him. And then I won't even touch on C.J. Stroud, because to me, his throwing session was probably the best in combine history.
Yeah.
To be fair.
I would agree with that. That he was Whew.
Yeah,
It was fun. It was fun just watching them.
yeah,
Just head to head, just the throws that they both made. And I said at the combine, those two were by far the best two quarterbacks there. Like it wasn't even a question.
easily.
Easily the best quarterbacks
Yeah,
there.
because everybody know
Easily.
the combines for like confirming priors, or if you don't
Yeah.
see something that you didn't see on tape, say, okay, let me go look back at this, see what happened. Okay, it still checks out. CJ Stroud's ability to throw the football from any angle, be pinpoint, throw it on time, that checked out on film for the last 3 years. Anthony
Yeah.
Richardson's measurables, his athletic ability, his arm, and the things he needs to clean up on, again, all checked out on that field in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
So that's what people have what they need to look at. They got the measurables down, they got more film down. It's all about just doing your homework and just making sure this guy's the best fit for your organization, or you have
Exactly.
infrastructure for this guy.
Exactly.
And the crazy thing with CJ Stroud is I remember him getting recruited out of high school. He kind of started just shooting up the rankings. I'm like, Ohio State's really after this guy. A lot of these schools are after this guy. So I started looking at his film, and I remember he committed on ESPN. He committed to Ohio State. I was like, okay, I'm going to look at his film and see how he is. The throws this kid was making in high school, I was like, how was this kid not already one of the top quarterbacks? Why did he have to progressively just keep passing up people? Why wasn't he already up there? Because I'm sitting there watching him make these throws. I'm like, these are pro throws he's making already. And he still had a lot to learn.
Yeah.
You just saw that now at the combine. It was like me looking at his high school film again. Like, this is just way more advanced now.
And his freshman year at Ohio State, because a lot of people had a lot of questions about him after the first couple of games. Ohio State fans wanted him out of here, wanted the bench after some of those games. And then he just progressively got better and better and better, and then he just kind of locked himself in. And now he's going to be a top 3, top 5 pick, top 10 if something crazy happens in this draft. And also, shout out to Bryce Young for being over 200 pounds.
Yeah. They say he was eating. They say he was eating the night before. Like they said, so I talked to so Miss Quick and Miss Hurt. That's on Twitter. That's I think at Sheena Quick and then at Carolina Blitz on Twitter. Y'all go follow them. Everybody listening. But they talked about how their interviews went. And they talked to them, you know, in like a press conference type situation or whatever, right? And they was asking them questions. They said CJ Stroud. They came away so impressed with CJ Stroud. Like, I think really you couldn't possibly have a better combine than what CJ Stroud did. Excelled in interviews, excelled talking to the media, excelled on the field. Everything was just perfect. They said he exuded confidence. He was just outstanding there. They said Bryce Young, on the other hand, he was a little more quiet. You know what I'm saying? They said that when they was asking him questions, he was more reserved. They talked to some other people, and they was like, "Yeah, that's just how he is. Like that's how he is in the interviews. You know, he's not really he's not showing his confidence in his and how he talks. You know what I'm saying? He's just kind of a chill, relaxed guy." And we talked about it in the space a little bit. And you know, both of these quarterbacks have things that teams are gonna love about them, right? CJ, you got everything on the field. You got the confidence, right? Bryce, simply put, he got that damn dog in him. Like Bryce, he gonna give you 110% every single play, and that's something that teams are just gonna love. He ain't got the measurables. To be honest, he ain't really even got the arm strength like some of these other guys got. He ain't got the size. He ain't got none of that. But he gonna get that damn ball in that damn end zone. He gonna find out how to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I just think really, I will say, in my opinion, when it comes to Young, I think he missed out on an opportunity at the combine. And the reason why I say I think he missed out is because Anthony Richardson, CJ Stroud, now they're in the conversation for QB1. They were already Stroud was already kind of in that conversation. I think Anthony Richardson jumped up into the conversation. But now if whoever picking number one, let's say it's the Texans, a lot of people think it's going to be the Colts. So let's say it's either one of those teams. There's a legitimate question now with that team. So like if they say, hey, we're just gonna take CJ Stroud, ain't nobody gonna say a damn thing. You know what I'm saying? Nobody should say anything because CJ Stroud looks like the best quarterback in the draft, right? Now, obviously, we don't know what Bryce is going to do at his pro day. I believe that's March 26th, something like that. We'll know. It's in March. It's sometime later this month. But but teams are going like. I think Young really, if he did just a little bit of something at the combine, I think it would probably shut everything else down. You know what I'm saying? Like Stroud had a wonderful performance, but I think if Young just had just a solid enough performance to where it showed that he's more than deserving of QB1, I think he missed out on that. But at the same time, I don't think I'm not going to say he was a loser of the combine. Does that make sense? Like,
Right. Yeah.
I don't think he missed out to the point to where his stock fell. I just feel like, he could have risen his own stock, even though he's already QB1. He could have risen his own stock just a little bit more.
That man basically spent the whole like month and like a couple days leading up. Like y'all remember Mean Girls, right? When like they was eating them like the granola bars that make you gain weight. That's what Bryce was doing.
Yeah.
Because everybody was like, "Oh, he too skinny. He gonna get killed next level." Like, as long as he's someone to run like 200, he about 5'10". He's a regular size human being. So like he's not diminutive little kid out there. He should be fine.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest, if it's the Colts, I don't know why, but I got a funny feeling because Shane Steichen is not a head coach. They might look at they might actually seriously take AR because of the Jalen Hurts thing. Gonna see Jalen Hurts what he did with him. Like, you know what? I got a physical specimen right here that's a possible generational talent. Imagine what I did with Jalen Hurts. Imagine what I can do with him. Mm-hmm. I think this will creep into their minds, but you can't go wrong with either one of those three. Whoever picks the quarterback, you can't go wrong with either one of those three, in my opinion.
Because you got the 3 P's in that. You got poise, you got pinpoint passing, and you got project. You really can't go wrong with all three.
Nope.
Yeah. I think a team like I think some teams the only thing about Anthony Richardson, like you said, project. I feel like a team to not sleep on. I know it just had some big news come out of this team earlier today. Or it might have been even yesterday. God, the day is running quick. But a team to not sleep on to draft a quarterback, the Seattle Seahawks. I think if Anthony Richardson is right there, I believe they pick 5th or 6th. If he's right there, you said 5th?
Yeah.
Yeah. If he's there at 5, and that's the Seahawks pick, it's a bet. Like, I think they're taking, and I know they just signed Geno to a contract, but you also gotta remember the contract basically is 2 years and an out on that 3rd year. It's front loaded. So basically he's gonna get all his money in that 1st or 2nd year. The cap hit is in that 1st year. So regardless of what the Seahawks do, and obviously, they can do whatever they want to in the draft, right? Like, that's not gonna really affect the cap much, right? They leave a certain cap space for the draft. So like they can take Geno Smith. They have his contract. It's on the books. It's loaded for this year. He's their guy for this year. But that does not take them out of the conversation for Anthony Richardson. And for Anthony Richardson, that's the best possible spot for him to go.
Yep.
Because number one, the pressure is going to be immensely lower than it is in any of these other teams. He's not going to have to start day one. He has somebody to help mentor him in Geno Smith, and he has a good organization to go play for.
And a good wide receiver too. And plus, it's a franchise right now. The way it's set up.
Yeah.
They made the playoffs and made a big trade and got a top 5 pick. So
yeah,
exactly.
He said he met with them, and just the rapport with them and with everything just felt different. It felt like a oriented organization. He just said it was just a different feeling with him meeting with them than it was with any other team. So that says a lot about that organization when you think about it.
Yeah, it's just it's a great fit for him, because he just doesn't have he just doesn't I don't want him to go to a team like Houston. God, I don't want him to go to Houston.
Oh God, no.
there's no offense to D'Amico Ryans or nothing like that, but Houston is going to take. They need time. You know what I'm saying? They need time to develop somebody. And Anthony Richardson, he's the type of quarterback I feel like you have to sit him for a year and a half. I'm not saying that he can't come in and play quarterback right away. I just think in order to get the best out of him, to maximize his potential, to take care of this project in the best way possible, you need to have him sit. You don't want to stunt his growth immediately.
What Kansas City did with Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, exactly. I mean, it's the
I
exact
will
same
say though,
situation.
Kansas City is a little bit more unique because they were 13-3 and they traded up, so they didn't really need him to do anything.
Yeah.
So like someone like that could be good, could be kind of good. Like the Colts aren't terribly far off if it was a place where he would have to come in and start right away. They're not like a 3-13 type of team. They're not that far away.
Yeah.
So it would be nice. Seattle will be very good because he really doesn't have to play at all, like we said.
Yeah.
Carolina's not terribly
It's
set
not
up
the worst.
either. No, it's not the worst.
I think when you look at with Carolina, so Carolina's his second best situation simply because we have the infrastructure in place to develop him as a quarterback. Now, in a way that kind of means he's I don't want to say he if they draft Anthony Richardson, I think as Carolina fans, we're probably going to see Matt Corral a lot in year one. Or they're going to sign a Jacoby Brissett. You know what I mean? But if he were to come here, I'd be happy. I really think the Carolina Panthers can get the best out of him. I believe in Frank Reich. I believe in Thomas Brown. I believe in Josh McCown. He's our quarterbacks coach now, if y'all didn't know. I believe in it's somebody. Jim Caldwell. Hell, of all people, we got Jim Caldwell. Like, we have a staff on us. Like,
That's an experienced staff.
Yes, like somebody said it earlier. I think you can probably look it up, but I'm pretty sure we got almost 200 years of NFL experience on the staff. Like, yeah, it's a pretty good that's a staff on them. So it's probably not 200 years, but it's a lot though. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot. So for his sake, sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, I was just saying for his sake, Seattle or Carolina is his best bet.
And I would say with Carolina, this is what I'm going to look for before Darnell chimes in. If y'all don't draft the quarterback at number 9, that's going to tell me that staff believes a lot in Matt Corral.
Yep.
Because that's the one thing I'm going to look at. They go a different position.
Yeah.
Then that's what that's going to tell me.
And so the thing about it is, real quick, Darnell. The thing about it is, like, I'll be completely honest with you. I think for sure the only way the Carolina Panthers don't draft a quarterback is if there's none available. So, like, by that I mean they're out of the Lamar Jackson sweepstakes for some reason. They can't trade up to 1. They can't trade up to 3, right? Like that's the only way I see us not drafting the quarterback because even this might have been the first day of the combine. They asked Frank Reich, they said, hey, like, what have you said to Matt Corral? Like, what are your thoughts on him? Blah, blah, blah. And he almost shrugged it off. Like, he was like, yeah, I sent him a text. But I also sent a text to everybody that said, hey, let me know when you're in the building. I'd like to come meet you. So, like, it's almost like he not even taking Matt Corral seriously, to be completely honest with you. And to be fair to Frank Reich, he shouldn't have to. Like, that he didn't draft him, that's not his mess to deal with. Like, Matt Corral he's the only quarterback other than Jacob Eason that's under contract, but obviously Eason ain't doing nothing, and he really ain't got to take Matt Corral seriously. He can very well draft his quarterback and either get a bridge quarterback or just have Corral be the backup. So I truly think that there's a 75% chance, if not more. Hell, I'm willing to bet it's probably a 90% chance that the Carolina Panthers are trading up in the draft to get a quarterback or are making a run for Lamar Jackson. And we'll probably get to that a little bit later. But
okay, because that's exactly what I wanted to talk about. Because like I feel like you guys are like kind of in a weird position because the Raiders are like right there. That's the one team y'all haven't mentioned, and
Yeah.
they're gonna be starving for a QB.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Like Josh McDaniels, he gonna need a QB to
Yeah.
run that shit show over there. So
That boy fighting for his life for his job right now at this point.
He shouldn't, to be completely honest with you, he shouldn't have had a job. If you ask me, shouldn't have had a job. But I think, but you're right though. Like even the Raiders are a team that apparently nobody, for some reason, nobody's actually talking about them. Like their team, what are they draft? They're drafting. Are they 6? They're 7.
7th right
they're
now.
like
Todd
seven,
McShay did a mock draft, and he had them trading up to number 4 to get Anthony Richardson.
Yeah. So like I think, and the thing about the Raiders is that they actually have to make a move for a quarterback because I don't know who their backup is. Like I don't know what quarterbacks they have on the roster, but we know for a fact that whoever it is, they don't believe in him not one bit.
I want to
Like
say they're gonna bring Stidham back, but I'm not sure. And even then, it's Jarrett Stidham.
is it Jarrett Stidham?
I want to say
Yes. Okay, so they're doing moves. They're going to make a move for a quarterback. I don't know if they're in on Lamar Jackson. Now, to be fair, they are the one team that hasn't completely said that they're out on Lamar. I don't know if y'all have seen that whole discourse. We'll get to that because we
yeah.
definitely got to talk about that. But like the Raiders, they probably
They need it.
They
yeah.
they need him
Yeah,
badly.
they're trading up. So you're right. That's a team that everybody should be on the lookout for when
I
it comes to
Because
trading up.
everybody know what the Raiders do on draft night. You don't know what the hell what's gonna happen. You don't know what
Yeah.
they're thinking. They'll do whatever the hell they want to do.
And if you trade up to number 4, please don't draft somebody that should be drafted in the 2nd round again or
Yeah,
3rd round, like Cleveland. Please don't do that again.
Man, it's
Yeah.
the Raiders, bro. Like I said, you have
That's-
no idea what the hell they're gonna do.
that's the scary thing. You're right. Like the Raiders, when you look at their last 10 first round picks, yikes. You know what I'm saying? Like
What are
it's
their last 10 first round picks? Let me see.
yeah, it's pretty bad. Like if you go back to, I'm not gonna say they last 10, but if you look, I want to say it's since maybe 2016, 2017. All of them have been straight misses. You
Yep.
got Cleveland Farrell. You got I think Damon Arnett. You got
Gary and Conley,
Henry Ruggs.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Carl Joseph.
Henry Ruggs was producing for him until that accident.
yeah.
So they ain't necessarily miss on him. He just missed on himself.
It's like
Yeah.
07. It's like Jamarcus Russell, McFadden,
God.
Darius Hayward Bay, Rolando McClain. They didn't have a first round pick for 2 straight years, and DJ Hayden, Khalil Mack. Okay, cool. Amari Cooper, cool. We got a nice little 2-year run there.
Okay.
Right.
Then after that, it went back to the Raiders. Carl Joseph, Gary and Conley, Colton Miller, Cleveland Farrell. You got Josh Jacobs, not bad at all.
Okay.
Jonathan Abram, yeah.
I like how you said then after that they went back to the Raiders.
Yeah.
It was like for a second they went back to the Raiders, yeah. So after Rose, you got Damon Arnett, and Alex Leatherwood.
Who?
Alex Leatherwood.
Oh yeah. And see, and they all gone.
Ooh, thank God.
Yeah, they're all gone or about to be gone.
Yeah. Farrell's the only one that's still there, I think, but he probably on the out.
They just tagged Josh Jacobs, but I don't know what's gonna happen there after that.
Yeah.
So Darnell kind of segued to it with Lamar Jackson since we're talking about these quarterbacks. Before we really get into it, I just got one thing to say. And I don't even care if anybody comes after me for saying this. The fact that Daniel Jones got paid and Lamar Jackson hasn't says a lot about what these white owners think about these black quarterbacks.
Yep.
Yeah,
quarterbacks in general.
I said it. What y'all gonna do? Cancel me? Go ahead, try it. I'll be back.
We went off for a whole 4 hours talking about this mess, man. Like
the lesson here is if you have a child and he loves football and he wants to play football, tell him to just throw the football and become a quarterback because he's going to get paid way more than he should if he's just half-ass mediocre.
Yep.
Because Daniel Jones getting $80 million over the first 2 years of a deal is insane. He threw 15 touchdowns?
15
touchdowns.
15 touchdowns. I guess he threw the Uber drivers, but he was terrible before that, and he fumbled all over the place.
Now let me. I do want to be fair. I do want to be kind of fair. So like, when it comes to Daniel Jones, last year was a solid year. I mean, when I say solid, I mean I think last year truly, I think he was in the upper half of the league in terms of quarterback play. But like, I mean, it's
Fine.
yeah, it was fine. Exactly. He 15 touchdowns. I think it was 5 interceptions. I mean, that's to put that in perspective. Lamar Jackson, I want to say he threw 16 touchdown passes in the first 5 weeks of the season. Now it kind of fell off after that because of injuries, and obviously the Ravens really sucked outside of Lamar and Roquan Smith. But that's a whole different story. But um, like Daniel Jones, the Giants needed to bring him back. They kind of had. Well, let me back it up. Let me back it up.
Have to, but like
They didn't have to. Exactly. They like the way that the league is going. They shouldn't have brought him back. You can do better than Daniel Jones. You can find somebody. You can draft somebody, trade up, do whatever you got to do. You could have did a lot better than Daniel Jones. But at the same time, they basically overperformed. He did well. They kind of had to bring him back just because they kind of had to do this, right? Again, you got to look at it like Marcus said, throwing at damn Uber drivers, right? Had me and you out there at wide receiver.
I was playing with Richie James and
I'm glad
Yeah.
Cardell Hodges.
Yeah, like
Giants crap.
I got to give it to him. He was okay. Like me personally, I would have paid him. I wouldn't have. I don't know about that much, but yes, I would have gave him some money. Now the reason why he got that much money is because of the market. So like, it's not that he's a $40 million quarterback, but if you want a quarterback, if you want to keep him, you're gonna have to pay him.
Believe in this man before the season.
They didn't.
What choice did they have? What else are you gonna do?
Exactly. Like they couldn't, because you really couldn't. Ironically, the only quarterback available to them outside of Daniel Jones was Lamar Jackson. Like
they don't have the money. They're cap strapped.
So they really didn't have much of a choice. But back to Lamar. If I'm Lamar Jackson, I'm saying, okay, Geno Smith just got paid. Daniel Jones just got paid. I'm looking at what they got. Derek Carr. Derek Carr just got paid. I'm looking at what they just got paid, and I'm saying, hey, give me everything that they just got. All three of them, combine it and give it to me. Like, off rip.
And all three of them.
This man, Lamar, look, Richie James trending right now on Twitter because people was trying to figure out who the hell Daniel Jones was throwing to last. Listen, Lamar Jackson, something that people got to stop saying. Now, they were saying it in Sheen and them space, and I got to put an end to it right now. When it comes to passing the football, there are a few quarterbacks in the league better than Lamar Jackson. Passing the football. Obviously, we know what he can do with his legs. It's just him. It's him. It's Fields. It's Hurts. That's it. That's it when it comes to running the football. That's just them three, really. When it comes to passing the football, he's in the same there's Mahomes, there's Allen, there's Burrow, there's Jackson, there's Herbert, right? He's up there with those guys. So he's the only quarterback in the league who can run the damn ball and pass the damn ball at the level that he can.
Yep.
He's a former MVP quarterback. When you look at the Baltimore Ravens, you have to fact check me, but I'm pretty sure the Baltimore Ravens failed to score 16 points in a game when Lamar Jackson went down last year.
They were throwing great value Lamar Jackson, aka Stu Huntley, and it looked just exactly how you would think they would.
It was trash. There is no reason whatsoever that they have not paid this man.
And other than Mark Andrews, he was throwing the Uber drivers.
Well, DeMarcus Robinson.
To Uber. Listen, 40-year-old Deshaun Jackson. Like, what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? Like, Baltimore that's embarrassing. Like, I said this earlier. and I'm gonna always say it about Lamar. In my humble opinion, Lamar Jackson is one of the two very best players in the entire NFL. I think it's Patrick Mahomes, and I think it's him. I think he's right there. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody else in the league is a threat from all 99 yards on the field like that.
Like,
Like-
can we talk about how the Baltimore Ravens right now? They very much are probably the most overrated franchise in the NFL.
Thank you. Thanks. People say, see, thank you. People say that. People's like, oh, they're one of the gold standard franchises. Sure. I mean, they've only been around, God, I don't know, 20 years, maybe.
Around like 96-ish.
Yeah. I think they came in the league the same year the Panthers did, or maybe a year after or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, they got 2 rings or whatever. They're a good franchise, sure. But like, let's be real. They have done nothing to help Lamar Jackson.
Nope.
They have done nothing. Mark Andrews was a
You want to pay him? Like you just said, you done
That's true.
nothing to help this man, and now you want to act like you don't want to pay. Like
Yeah.
what are you doing here?
What are you gonna spend the money on? Because it's clear you're not helping him. So like, why not give him the bag?
And I tweeted this, and Cam actually commented on it. I said if Deshaun Watson can get $250 million guaranteed, freak man Watson, if he can get $250 million guaranteed, Lamar Jackson darn sure can get more than that. His starting point should be 275 and up.
And up, yes, fully guaranteed. Like,
Because, like you said, he's a former MVP. He's gone to the playoffs and he's won a playoff game.
mhm.
Deshaun Watson, he's gone to the playoffs. Did he win?
Like once.
I don't know.
Well, they beat the Bills that year.
They beat the Bills. And that was about it.
They won a game. They might have won a game.
They did. They beat Buffalo in overtime.
Okay, yeah, they did. Well, he's done that, but he's not been the MVP, and
Right.
And Jackson ain't got a suspension on his record for
Right.
Hansy.
Right. Like that's the thing. So Panthers fans, we was talking about it because David Tepper had conversations with Deshaun Watson. He had him in the building. They talked, and the thing about the thing that a lot of people don't understand, that don't realize, is that Deshaun Watson was this close to being a Carolina Panther, and it kind of made Panthers fans mad for 2 reasons. Number one, it was David Tepper already said, I don't care about your lawsuits. I don't care about that. I want you to be my quarterback. He already said that. That was David Tepper's whole thing. The issue was, and so Panthers fans, we hated it. Like, we couldn't stand it. And we were like, oh, we're out, blah, 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 right? But we were always watching to see what David Tepper was going to do. When it got to the point, the issue is, the reason why Deshaun Watson is a Cleveland Brown right now is because David Tepper told Watson that he wouldn't guarantee years 3, 4, and 5. He wouldn't fully guarantee that on his contract. And the Cleveland Browns was like, fuck it, we'll do that. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason why he's a Cleveland Brown and not a Carolina Panther. And we were kind of pissed because we were like, so how you gonna sit here and bring this fool in? You brought him in, you're saying, yeah, we'll give you all this money, we'll do this, that, and the third. But it breaks down when he's trying to want to guarantee. And so we were like, at that point, why are y'all wasting each other's time? Like, why are you bringing him into the building? Like, you ignoring all the lawsuits, you ignoring everything except for the fact that he just wants some damn money. You know what I'm saying? And now, today, you're telling all Panthers fans, you're saying that Lamar Jackson is unequivocally a better player and a way better person than Deshaun Watson. And as soon as he got hit with that non-exclusive franchise tag, as soon as he got hit with that, a tweet came out saying that the Panthers were out on the sweepstakes.
Mhm.
Then first it was the fucking I believe it was the Dolphins. Oh,
Yeah.
exactly. It was the Falcons. Falcons, Dolphins, Panthers, Commanders. Now, I don't want to rock nobody world, but to me, that's a little funky.
A little
That
funky.
stinks.
That shit stink. That shit.
It stank.
Woo.
That is.
What? Let me say. I'm saying exactly what's going on here. This is a bunch of owners, a bunch of billionaires trying to commit wage suppression because they saw the Deshaun Watson contract. They saw that fully guaranteed. They looked at the Browns playing like, you fucking idiots. We are not trying to pay these motherfuckers the fully guaranteed deals. And y'all done went and blew up the whole spot. You know how funky it is? Mm-hmm. So when the report came out that the Falcons went in on it, the team account retweeted it.
Oh, wow.
You don't find that suspicious?
Suspicious.
That's crazy.
Suspicious.
They're trying to send a message. They're trying to keep the wages down so they keep everything back to normal. And they're going to try to make Deshaun Watson restructure that deal in the next year or so anyway. So it's going to see? So see here.
Yeah, the thing about fully guaranteed contracts too is that you can kind of mess with them all around because they're gonna have to get their money anyway. So you can do whatever you want to with it on the cap. It's probably safer on the cap than it is than some of these other contracts. You know what I'm saying? Like fully guaranteed, like you strap yourself, but you also kind of help yourself because you can manipulate it however you want to.
Right.
But again, back to what you were saying, it reeks like these are the same. Somebody asked a question earlier, and they said basically, why is it that owners don't want to pay the players, right? Other than them, he said, like, why is this such an issue? Like, why do they not want to pay the players? And
I'm telling you,
listen, exactly, like
it's that, and also ain't that. It's because football, it's a game where you can quite frankly get away with whatever the hell you want as an owner. Everybody's still going to come watch. They want to keep wages down, to keep the status quo intact. And plus, the players' union is weak as hell, and they're going to just walk all over.
True.
DeMaurice Smith got to go.
Yeah.
He's punk.
Y'all saying the same things. Yep.
It's like you pretty much get bullied by Roger Goodell every opportunity he get to bully you. He do it. And
he wanted them.
In fact, you do nothing.
Like, he could have fought for this years ago. They're just now starting to do that. It's like, you had an opportunity a long.
It's ugly.
Now, Darnell,
ugly.
No solidarity behind the shield, bro.
Yeah, and I was saying,
Darnell, for players.
Yeah, what was your reaction when you saw that report? He said the Dolphins wasn't interested. Because I'm gonna be honest, even though y'all have two and y'all believe in them, I was a little surprised by that. Because you're basically from Miami.
I was shocked, man. But then, you know, like I was talking to my mans, like, remember Stephen Ross, like that whole fiasco that they got a couple years ago with the coach, man. So
Brian Flores, yeah.
Yeah, Brian, yeah. So I was like thinking about that, like that's just behind the scenes type of shit too. But I'm okay with them, like, you know, saying that they're gonna back up Tua, you know, just to get in confidence with him.
It's just crazy how all those scenes were reported to be out on. It's like, what the hell is going on? Where though none of these scenes, they all need a quarterback.
Yeah.
So none of these scenes want to go after him. It's like, what's going on?
Like they see a big ass fire that Deshaun Watson deal set off and the Browns set off. They try to put it out. They try to say this is what the market is, Lamar. There's no guarantee. No one's trying to give you full guarantees. Let's come back. Let's come back and give you this 160, 170 guarantee and call it even. And try to wages out.
You know what's gonna happen. You gonna negotiate with the team. They're gonna be like, you know what, you worked it. We gonna fully guarantee your contract. You know how this story gonna end. They ain't gonna want to do it, but the Ravens gonna match it because they know that the city of Baltimore will be after them if they don't.
Yeah, the city of Baltimore is gonna show up in the stadium like nothing happened. Let's be honest about it. This is why they're doing it in front of everybody's face.
I'm talking about the hood in Baltimore.
There's no way.
They're gonna be at the games too.
No way.
Let's not get carried away here. Steve does not give a fuck. Let's be real.
They're gonna pull a job.
There's a reason they're colluding in front of everybody. Like they all know the ratings are gonna be the same. The Super Bowl is gonna be the highest rated show of all time for that year. And if stadiums are gonna be full, it's gonna be business as usual because there's gonna be a bunch of people twerking for the owners because they want to watch the team. They don't give a fuck about the individual player. Like that's just how the NFL business goes.
See, nasty business. They're twerking for the owners. I don't know if anybody gonna be doing that now.
Trust me. Yes, they
be doing it. They be doing it. It's a nasty business.
They cheer for the uniform.
They be doing it. Hell, they did that when Cam left.
This your backup
Okay.
team. Panthers screwed up. So you gonna slander them like this?
Like people still don't want Jalen Ramsey back in Jacksonville if it's possible here because they still hate Jalen Ramsey. So yes, they will twerk for ownership.
Yeah, you say that until they trade for him. Oh, welcome back, Jalen. Welcome back.
I want him back. Shit, I'll take him. I never want him to leave.
That's exactly what y'all gonna be doing. You say that now, y'all gonna be welcoming that man back with open. Yeah, he's gonna be Jalen Ramsey day the day he show up.
I'm telling you, people legit do hate that man for whatever reason.
Now we kind of getting into free agency. So free agency officially starts on Sunday, the 12th. Damn, Anthony Davis, this man bleeding out the nose.
Shit.
Yeah, so it starts on the 12th. Teams are going to start negotiating. It's tampering going on behind the scenes.
The legal tampering period. Let's
Legal tampering period starts on Sunday. They tampering right now. His deal's probably agreed to under the table right now. So, who are some of the guys y'all gonna be looking at to possibly make a move elsewhere?
I mean, free agency kind of stinks this year, so it is what it is.
Yeah. It's tough to say because, like, really the only free agents that was on my radar, like, in terms of, like, big names, obviously Saquon Barkley, franchise tag, Josh Jacobs, franchise tag, Lamar Jackson, franchise tag, Derek Carr, Saints, Geno Smith, back with the Seahawks. I mean, there's what's my man name? James Bradbury. Trying to see where he gonna go. CJ Gardner-Johnson. Really all them guys on the Eagles.
He's on my radar right now.
Javon Hargrave also.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah. Because Kazir White.
My radar for one reason. I need
What's
my
that?
back end and my secondary shored up.
You could just said that same for one reason. Like
You know,
Him or Jordan Poyer. I will take either one of those guys.
Poyer's cool. I do like y'all safeties though. Are they free agents?
They
what's
are
up?
going to re-sign J-Ron Curse. I think they're going to lose Donovan Wilson.
Yeah, Donovan Wilson's gone if he
Demand more money elsewhere.
I wanted J-Ron Curse last year.
Thank God we re-signed him.
Yeah, I know. I wanted him bad. I ain't gonna lie to you.
And by the way, you mentioned a running back, Cam. I'm glad you ain't say Tony Pollard.
Yeah, franchise tag as well, right?
Yeah. We never finna let him leave.
Other one
Yeah.
that's really out there is what, Miles Sanders?
Miles Sanders and Jamal Williams.
You know what? Miles Sanders to Carolina would not be bad at all.
So
Really good.
the thing about me, like in terms of free agents, so I don't want any quarterback clearly except for Lamar. He's the only one. But
Damn, don't want the wide receivers.
yeah, I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed at all.
Available.
Mecole Hardman, I'll probably take him in Carolina. I'll take
Real quick, y'all. What if Hopkins becomes available?
he is actually. I will take Hopkins. He's just not a free agent, but I will take him.
It's gonna cost you like a second, maybe, but if you want to pay that
Yeah.
for a 30-year-old wide receiver,
Hold on, real quick, y'all. Let me call Jerry real quick.
I paid.
Get this done.
I don't mind this, but
Get it done.
Jacoby Myers.
Yes, yeah, him too. Yes.
There's a lot.
So Hardman. It's a couple wide receivers I would take. Running backs. I don't want Miles Sanders because specifically I think he's going to cost. I don't think he's going to cost a lot, but I think he's going to cost a little more than what I want.
A little more than what you want, and a little more than what he should get.
And it's a position where you don't have to pay people. Just find one in the draft.
Right, exactly. And this is a fantastic draft to get these running backs. Like Jamal Williams, the thing about Jamal Williams is that
He's a goal line content.
hell, he led the league in rushing touchdowns. That deserves a bag in itself. But like, I can't pay him an arm and a leg, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like, there's value in getting a guy who converts 4th and shorts and a guy who scores in the red zone, but like,
just look at how he did. He had 17 rushing touchdowns. About 12 or 13 of those were like right at the 1 yard line.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I get it. I mean, you really don't want to pay. But I will say this: as good as the running back class is in this draft, I will say it's Bijan Robinson, Jahmyr Gibbs, and there's a little bit of a drop off after that. It's still a deep class. Don't take away from it.
Yeah.
Those two like separated themselves
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
they're clearly the two best. But like again, running back, you don't need like a 1,500-yard rusher or anything like that.
No, not
Get
at
someone who
all.
can get 800, 900, a low 1,100 and fine.
Tony Pollard type running back if that's what you need.
I think a couple running backs in the draft I'm looking at. I like Zach was it Charbonnet from
Charbonnet.
UCLA?
I love Zach Charbonnet.
Mhm.
Yeah, I like him. I like I kind of like the East Carolina dude, Keaton Mitchell. He was looking good out there at the combine. He ran like a 4.32 or some shit.
Devon
In the
A.
fourth.
A third down guy. He's solid. He's
Yeah.
got
Yeah, I like God, there was another name too.
I would say
Who?
keep an eye on this guy, even though I don't think he performed at the combine. Because I think he's one of the most underrated running backs in this draft, one of the most underrated players in this draft. Zach Evans from Ole Miss.
Yeah, him too. Yeah,
I was
absolutely.
thinking
Zach Evans. My man's from Tulane, Tajay Spears. I think is his name.
Yeah,
I like him. I like him.
that boy's good.
Y'all like Chase Brown?
If this is a man's work, let me stop.
he yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm good with any of these running backs. I'm not familiar with his game that much. I don't know what he can do receiving out the backfield. I like what I seen from Spears. He just seemed like he can do it all. You know what I'm saying? Gibbs, obviously, Bijan, obviously. Kenny McIntyre kind of fell off for me a little bit. I didn't like his 40 time.
Why are you even there? I'm gonna be completely honest.
Yeah.
I don't know if he should have even been at what did he do at serious? What? Come on, man. I know it's a national title, but come on, man.
He
The Georgia
they say he gonna be. They say he projects some of the Georgia guys that I know. They liken him to Kamara a little bit. They like his ability to run and receive. Yeah, like they're really high on him. And I'm not taking
like
nothing from him.
clone, but like he can do
Stop real
similar
quick.
type
No,
of thing.
Cam, they're really high. If they think no,
I think he got a little bit of value.
Here Gibbs.
I think he got a little
He's
bit
not
of
better
value.
or anything like that, but like he can receive
Yeah.
to that level. Probably not, but he can.
There's another guy. I think with Deuce Vaughn is out there, right?
Tank Bigsby also from Auburn.
Tank Bigsby, yeah. Tank Bigsby. God, I feel like I'm missing somebody, man.
TCU, I think. If he's healthy. Kendre Miller from TCU.
Yeah.
Louisville. What's his name? The running back from Louisville.
They did have somebody out there. Yeah. They had somebody, and then my man's from Minnesota was out there, Ibrahim. I know he a little bit older though. And then there was that guy. Hey, I just had him in my head.
Hell, the backup from Texas, Bijan.
Texas. That's who I was thinking about right there. Yep.
Rashawn Johnson.
Yep. That's who I was thinking about. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you can get a running back in the draft. You don't necessarily have to get one in free agency. So yeah, I can see why you don't want to pay Miles. I can see that.
Yeah, and then we still have, so we got Chuba Hubbard, we got Raheem Blackshear, and then the real thing is we're looking at bringing back Deontay Foreman.
I would say y'all gonna bring him back.
That's what they want to. So like the head coach, so he's obviously a free agent, but the head coach, like in his introductory press conference, he was like, he said that he wants to set the tone of the game, running the ball. And he kept preaching, running the football, and he kept saying Deontay Foreman's name. So I think there's a strong chance we bring him back because running back really isn't even on our radar unless it's in the draft.
And if you do want to do something in free agency for any team out there, there is a certain running back that has been shopped around.
Derrick Henry.
That's the one.
God, I'm look. You already traded away A.J. Brown, your number one receiver, and the city of Nashville was pissed off.
Good.
You trade away Derrick Henry, and somebody in life is going to be in danger.
Good.
Yeah, Tennessee. They're
saying good.
Tennessee is pretty clear what they're trying to do. I think Derrick Henry. Carolina's name actually has been thrown out there with Derrick Henry. I don't know what the contract looks like on the books. I like Derrick Henry. He's one of my favorite players.
forget that contract. Them 2,000 yards gonna look nice.
I mean,
Is he going
I
to
guess.
The problem is he has a lot of tread in tires. He has had an injury
Yeah.
at 29.
He's
29 is
getting.
not a running back.
He had a hell of a season last year, but again, I feel like the Carolina Panthers, they shouldn't make no moves, no big name moves until they get a damn quarterback.
Yeah, nothing
It-
crazy until then. Nothing crazy. until
Yeah.
then.
And if we can get a quarterback, if we can draft a quarterback and somehow still get Derrick Henry, I'm all in. You know what I'm saying? But like, if we looking at Lamar Jackson, don't even sniff. Don't even pick up the phone. If it say Tennessee, don't pick up the phone because they ain't got nobody else that we want but Derrick Henry. Don't even pick it up for him if we get like a Lamar or something like that because we
Hell,
got to
if
pay this.
you need a defense and they try and give you Jeffrey Simmons, maybe. Other than that,
Yeah. Right.
because new GM in town, they're trying to configure because that team as it was constructed very much hit their ceiling. Like they're not going anywhere, especially for another quarterback. They got to reconfigure some stuff.
Yeah, it's the writing's on the wall for them. It's over. And I think they understand that too. The real thing is, let me ask y'all this: defensive ends, edge rushers. Who's out there that the Carolina Panthers should be looking at? I know they said was it Draymond? He said all of them. What's my man name? Jones. Jones, I think he's interior defensive lineman, but I know he was a name that was thrown out there.
Wait, is Hassan Reddick the free agent?
No, he got locked up last year with Philly.
Okay, never mind. Okay.
He shouldn't have been a free agent to begin with, but that's
he shouldn't have. He shouldn't have.
Boys told you Terry Gross Matos over him.
Man, listen. So the thing about YGM, like he's terrible as a pass rusher. It's not like he's actually below league level as a pass rusher. Shouldn't be in the NFL as a pass rusher. As a run stopper, average. You know what I'm saying? That's basically the only reason why he's on the team. It was stupid, absolutely stupid of Scott Fitter and Matt Rule to think that they could have sacks by committee to replace a Hassan Reddick level player. I want y'all to understand Hassan Reddick is one of the premier edge players in the league, one of the premier outside linebackers, one of the premier sack artists.
It took 6 years for teams to realize that, but once they did,
man,
they should have locked it up.
They should have. And he was fantastic. Y'all know he led the team in sacks last year. Like I don't understand.
He was amazing last year.
I don't understand why he why they. Don't get me wrong. Brian Burns is solid. He's great, right? Like we get it. He's cool.
But why not both?
But why not both? Like that never made sense.
That
never made sense.
It's like you got him on a cheap little prover deal after he had a great year last year in Arizona after they finally realized what to do with him.
Right.
Give him a little cheap prover deal. He proved it again.
He proved it. Yeah, exactly.
It was like, okay, just all right, we got something here. Let's lock this thing up.
It was silly because the Carolina Panthers and I want to be perfectly clear. I don't know what the hell they did with the money. Like actually, I do know what they did with the money. So they paid Dante Jackson, but they should have paid Stephon Gilmore and Hassan Reddick with that money. They could have done it.
Especially when you see what he actually went for in Philadelphia. He didn't go for that much.
He didn't go for nothing. And Gilmore ain't go for nothing, as far as I can remember. Like them boys, we could have signed both of them. And it hurts me on the inside because truly, if we had both of those players, we would have been sitting in the playoffs with Sam Darnold as our quarterback. It stinks. I get it. Like that would have probably been a bad thing, but like
playoffs is playoffs.
Yeah, because
the playoffs is playoffs. That's what you played the damn game for. Exactly.
And see, Sam Darnold then would have been locked up for the next 5 years.
No, I don't think so because they would have. What they would have done was they probably would have brought him back for a very cheap deal. Well, I don't know because Daniel Jones just got paid. I don't know. You might be right. You might be right.
It took a page out of the Jags playbook when they paid Blake Bortles, unfortunately.
Lord.
Yeah.
Now, Darnell, now y'all have, I think, a need at cornerback. So, who are some of the free agents you looking at for your Dolphins?
Free agency is
what's that? The one from Philly. The one from Philly. I forgot his
James
name.
Bradbury.
Yeah. That would be excellent, man. That would be great if they can. But
You can get the bag and bones of Patrick Peterson if you want. Let me stop.
Yeah.
Hey.
uh,
He's still pretty good last year now.
It was okay in a terrible defense.
It was a terrible defense, but he was pretty good.
It was okay.
The
You
rest
got
of
you got Jonathan Jones. He just became a unrestricted free agent today, I believe. And you have Rock Yassin.
Not bad. Let's see.
the man from the Bucks. What's his name?
Jamel Dean.
Dean.
Mm-hmm.
He's solid. It's
But
solid.
I don't know. Is he staying?
I don't know what Tampa's situation is, but money and stuff.
Their cap situation is.
Yeah, I don't
But
know.
I think that would be great. That would be great.
It'll be all right. Not terrible. You can relieve AB and take Anthony Brown off their hands.
Please,
I
God.
don't.
Please, God.
Yo,
Please.
Hey, man,
keep that
I
dysfunctional
got
man. out
somebody
my
else you can
team.
take off somebody's hands.
I'm
You can take Shaq Griffin off of my hands.
I'm talking to God right now. Please, somebody take him off our hands. Please.
He's unrestricted, so he's gone anyway. AB, don't even worry about it.
I beg of
Shit.
you.
Hey, if y'all want to make a trade, come to Carolina. We got C.J. Henderson, Dante Jackson. Come get one of them boys.
Yeah,
Thank you for taking.
I'd rather we draft Devin Witherspoon or any of these cornerbacks in this draft. I like to say, look, C.J. Henderson, former Gator, love you, dog, but nah.
Yeah, former Gear, former Jag, loving to death, but
We can't do that. We can't do that.
It's tough. It's
We can't alleviate that problem for y'all.
I feel like it's crazy because cornerback coming into the season was supposed to be literally our best position. I mean, we was so hyped. Like J.C. Horn was supposed to be healthy, Dante Jackson was supposed to be healthy, C.J. Henderson was supposed to be there, and then we had Keith Taylor, and then we had somebody else too. I think Stanley Thomas Oliver. So we had those guys. We was like, man, Carolina, bro, we ain't nobody gonna be able to pass the damn ball, man. Man, freaking Dante. So first of all, so Horn was solid, but he just can't stay healthy. Dante was kind of Dante's a good CB2. Like, I'm not taking nothing away. He's not a lockdown corner by any means. He's a CB2. He sucked a little bit, but the thing about Dante is he sucks some plays, and then in other plays he's like, damn, Dante, now I see why we paid you. You know what I'm saying? He makes plays, but he can't stay out the damn medical tent. And then CJ Henderson was supposed to be, they was making raves about him during the offseason saying that he was potentially CB1 over Horn and Jackson. And looked like he was barely even CB4. I mean, he was trash.
I remember those CJ Henderson lives. Like it was
Yeah. So like basically bottom line is we suck at corner. We need help. That's another position we need because I'm not dealing with this Dante Jackson shit no more. And JC Horn got one more year. He got one more year to do this shit, and we're gonna be looking for another CB1. He's great, but my God, if you can't stay on the damn field, you ain't doing nothing for me.
Best ability is availability.
Hey, Cam, take Anthony Brown.
Who?
Why you like this, AB?
Anthony Brown.
No.
The only Anthony Brown I know is the Ravens' third string quarterback. Dude, ain't that his name? Dude out of Oregon?
Yeah, that's him. That's him.
That's him.
Look, I just need somebody to take Anthony Brown off my hands. Like I can't see him getting burnt no more. People talking about, oh, they miss Anthony Brown. No, he didn't. We didn't. Well, we didn't miss seeing him getting burnt every game. Please, God. Please.
And now it's down to me for my free agency needs and my free agency.
Well, y'all franchise tagged Evan Ingram, so you solved that problem right there.
Yeah, we had a deal locked up, but shit got finicky.
And your boy got reinstated.
Oh yeah, y'all do got Calvin.
Rejoice!
Oh,
Oh Lord, hold on. Then
I'm gonna ride the fuck out.
I forgot about that, man.
So that's
I'm
Happy
jealous.
great.
Calvary Day.
I'm jealous, bro. Let me tell you about Panthers fans. For the last, God, I don't know, 5 years now, they've been saying, well, we're not the Jets. We're not the Jaguars. Both of them teams in better positions than we are. The Jets are quite literally
It feels good to say this
a
for
quarterback.
It
Bro,
feels
it's
good.
nasty.
The Jets
It's-
literally might get Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, they're a quarterback away, and then the damn Jaguars just had a really good season run and a nasty comeback victory in the playoffs. And they have a quarterback. Like the Carolina, golly,
I can't believe this is my luck right now. I can't believe this.
man, you
This
living
is
right,
the
man.
first time in the world. Well, I don't have to worry about drafting top 5. I don't gotta worry about having to pay a bunch of people in free agency outside the team, like $100,000 million.
You want to know what y'all need to do that the Jaguars and their fans did?
What's that?
They got right with Jesus.
No, we
need
prayed
to
to the temple of Trenton Balky. We bullied that man to being a good GM. I don't know what happened. I don't know what got into him. Maybe the clowns man motivated him, but he done made some boss moves lately.
Y'all seen that?
Right with Jesus.
I know y'all seen that meme that it said it stop asking the people they talking to Jesus. They're like, stop giving me your toughest battles. And he talking to them back is like, how are you still alive? That's the Carolina Panthers, man.
That's us until last year. That shit was like riding a roller coaster with a shitty safety record.
Yeah, man.
With the damn franchise. But nah, for us, it's mostly just about like re-signing your own guys. So Evan Ingram, he got tagged. He's gonna be here next year. We had a deal locked up, but like the agent got a little finicky, so we just said tag you're it. You know, Arden Key's probably back. Jawan Taylor's gonna be a little dicey because we spent a bunch of money last year. We already spent money on Cam Robinson, so that's gonna be a little bit expensive. And then Walker Little, our backup, he's really good. He's probably gonna play. Jawan had a hell of a season. He's young. He's a good pass protector. He don't get hurt. This free agency class is
I'm talking nice about him. Y'all don't want to pay him.
What draft pick y'all got?
24th.
Trying to think if y'all is any of the offensive tackles gonna be there?
Probably.
Cam Robinson and Walker Little.
I mean, we're fine there, but again, like with Cam Robinson, we might have to not pay Cam Robinson after like 2 years. So we're gonna need a swing tackle at some point.
Or you could trade Cam Robinson.
Ain't nobody taking that contract.
Taylor.
No one's taking Cam off injury.
Some idiot will do it.
I hope so. Shit. But that's going to be a little dicey because there's a reason why teams don't have 3 really good tackles because they cost $18 million a year.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
Yeah.
And you have a young one who's still on a rookie deal who you kind of have to play. He played really, really well. He's probably going to end up having to play right tackle next year, which, okay, whatever, sure. Hopefully Cam's okay. But Trevor's good at just avoiding pressure. Our biggest problem is really a guard. Left guard is a weak spot.
Come get Pat Elflein.
Is he good? Is he still good?
And he a better center than he. Let me ask you this: is your center good at playing guard?
He's exclusively a center. He's a rookie up too, so he's good.
I was about to say because Pat Elflein, so he was a trash guard, but he's actually a solid center. He was okay at best, but now we got Bradley Bozeman. So the Panthers are stupid too because again, kind of a running theme here, but Bradley Bozeman was a great center in Baltimore. Comes to Carolina, and for some reason, Pat Elflein, who's a guard, is starting at center. Now, don't get me wrong, he actually should have probably been playing center, but like Bradley Bozeman is a premier. Well, I ain't gonna say premier, but he's a top flight guard in the league, and they had him on the bench. Elflein gets hurt, Bradley Bozeman comes in, and now everybody's like, "Oh my God, we got to re-sign Bradley Bozeman. He's this guy." Like, yeah, he should have been playing the whole damn time anyway.
But now for us, it's mostly we got problems at corner, especially slot. Like outside, we're okay. Tyson Campbell's really good. He had a hell of a second year. Darius Williams, we tried to make him a slot corner because he's 5'9", but he was awful at it, and we moved him back outside, and he was really good towards the end of the season. Shaq Griffin was shambolic. So he's getting cut. So we had no slot corner outside like Trey Herndon, who He's a bench guy at best. Tries hard, plays hard, but he's just not fast enough. And then need a left guard, some more pass rushers wouldn't hurt. Maybe a backup run, a third running back, because outside V10, it's just a Michael Hasty.
Hey, Javante.
We tried on that. We gave him a deal. He's just gonna get paid for somewhere else. It is what it is. He's getting his money. He's a good right tackle who can pass block and he's young. He doesn't get hurt in a shitty, free agency class. He's going to get paid $19, $20 million a year from someone probably. Who knows?
For me, I've already done my praying of somebody taking Anthony Brown off my roster.
He's unrestricted, so he's off your roster already, technically.
Keep him off. Bye.
Well, if he can play special teams.
I guess we'll probably need another corner. I liked when they put DeJuan Bland out there because he was actually really good for us.
Yeah,
On Diggs. So, but that's the case. Might need another slot corner, even though Israel Mukwamu was actually really good. We put him in the slot. So, I guess if we get a corner, I like the corner. I love this cornerback class. So we can't go one of them. We need one there. Safety, we're gonna need one because I think Donovan Wilson's gone. So the safety class, even though he's gonna cost. I mean, C.J. Gardner-Johnson is out there. I mean,
he's more of a slot corner anyway, safety-ish.
I love him on my roster.
But Jesse Bates doesn't cost though, but he's there.
Yeah,
Jesse Bates out there too.
Jordan Poyer is out there now.
Actually, both of Cincinnati's cores are free agents.
Again, we don't want to lose it back.
No, that's Von Bell. Von Bell.
Oh, Von Bell. You said corners. I was like, yeah, we ain't getting shit back.
Who's actually been good in Cincinnati? Funny enough.
Yeah. But Jordan Poyer, his wife did say that she would love to live in Texas. So
she'd love to live in a state tax-free city. But then again, if you're an NFL player, you're paying state taxes on all the cities you're playing anyway. So what's really the difference?
And by the way, if you know who his wife is,
she's a MAGA ID model.
Just follow her on Twitter, Rachel Bush. I think with the FAU as well. So yeah.
Just ignore she's a Trumper and just look at her ass. That's about it.
I was trying not to say that, but the cat's out the bag. So
can't skate around it, bro. He was trying to skate around so much, he almost made a figure eight, bro.
I was trying to do a figure eight. I was trying to do a figure eight around that whole thing, but you brought it up and you said it. So hey,
listen to her opinions with your eyes.
Sound good on mute, ain't it?
Yeah, who you telling?
Yeah, but yeah, we do need safety help. I would take one of those four guys, really. But either of the Cincinnati safeties, Jordan Poyer or C.J. Gardner-Johnson. We need another defensive tackle, because we do need. Jonathan Hankins was good when we traded for him, but probably a free agent still. So
he's very much a solid player everywhere he's been, but he's going to be a free agent.
Yeah, and he's a little bit older too. So
you want an older Fletcher Cox, who's still good, productive.
I think we good on that. He's still good, but yeah, a little older. So if we don't get free agency,
if you got a lot of money, you can go get Javon Hargrave.
He's gonna cost though.
How much money y'all have on Capo?
Oh man, I gotta look that up. I know we have enough money to pay safeties.
Let me see.
We have enough money for that, but I love Hargrave. But if we can't get one in free agency, not to be biased here, but Gervon Dexter Sr. is right there in the draft, maybe the second round, even though he may have performed his way into the first round.
Yeah, I was about to say I like him too. He out of Florida, right?
Yeah.
I like him too.
That 40 time with being
he had a hell of a combine. Yeah.
Yeah, he may have played. He may have performed his way into the first round, which is scary. But hey, yeah,
y'all are about $7 million over the cap right now.
Yeah, so we're trying to restructure some contracts.
Yeah, well, restructure is easy because Jags did it We restructured Kirk. We restructured Zay Jones. We restructured Sheriff. We got like $33 million after that, and
we're gonna restructure Ezekiel Elliott, I think, and bring him back. Keep that 1-2 punch of him and Pollard going.
Sure, why not?
Dax, it worked. Dax contract is going to get restructured, I believe.
But you're gonna have to pay CD in a couple of years, so you have to worry about that.
See, that's the other reason because we got to pay him in a couple of years.
Maybe Zach Martin restructures. Maybe.
You said what?
Maybe Zach Martin restructures.
Yeah, maybe we restructure him as well. Another need though. I've been saying this.
Another linebacker outside of Vanderish.
Well, I mean,
Just as a backup, not the play right away, but like somewhere in the draft, get one because.
Although I love Damon Clark.
Sure.
He was actually really good when he was out there, but
They run defense with the hell without Vanderish though, so I mean they probably
he wasn't out there. We were. Our defense went to hell. Period.
Because I remember the minute, like I remember we took Vanderish out on the block when we played y'all. We had like almost 200 yards rushing that day. I had no idea.
Yeah, he was out. That was the reason why. But another need. I've been saying this for a while now. Get somebody opposite CeeDee Lamb.
We could have been told you that, but then again, this is kind of a problem y'all created by yourselves.
Do we have to rehash this Amari Cooper trade?
You didn't have to trade him. You didn't have to do it.
Because he couldn't stay healthy with us.
Well, he's better than Noah Brown.
Didn't you just say best ability is availability?
Well, stay healthy with the Browns.
Barely.
Did he have a better season than anybody else not named CeeDee Lamb? So Michael Gallup clearly was not ready to play.
He was coming off ACL, so yeah.
He was a third receiver anyway.
Yeah, what's up with Michael Gallup? Y'all don't like Gallup?
See, I'm giving him a little bit of a pass because he was coming off that ACL injury, so you could tell he was still kind of trying to work his way back, but he's one that they could possibly cut.
Woo!
Yeah, he is.
Y'all just paid him not that long ago, too.
Yeah, that's the thing. We just paid him, and he's one that could possibly get cut. And if they do, then clearly they're going to need another wide receiver.
It's going to be a product of one, he got hurt, two.
And on top of that, I have a feeling I know who they're going to go after.
I got a wide receiver for you before I got to bounce, but I got a wide receiver name for you before I leave. Chosen Anderson.
Take it.
Not Chosen.
Chosen Anderson.
The artist formerly known as Robbie Anderson.
Keep this goofy man away from my roster.
Crazy.
I would rather sign Odell Beckham Jr.
I was thinking y'all were gonna do that again.
We probably
Going
would.
down
They
that
would
way.
have if his knee was right. They would have.
Yeah. If his knee was right, we would have signed him, but it wasn't. So we let him have time to heal up again. He should be good to go now. So I think that's something that they're gonna go back and look at.
Make sure y'all send him a private jet this time. You know.
The man got his own private jet. So you saw how he pulled up to LA when he signed with them. You saw how he pulled up. But Cam, since you gotta go, let everybody know where they can follow you and read your articles.
Oh yeah. Holla at me at Campbell Cats, CAT at CAMBO CATS. You can read my articles at Cat Crave Blog on Twitter. Just follow them. They post a lot of great stuff. They just broke 20,000 followers. I want to say yesterday or today. They post a lot of good opinion pieces. Really a lot of lists, like top 5 lists. If you're a Panthers fan, really check them out. I got some works on there. Come holler at me on Twitter. Hey, I'm out there. So, but I appreciate y'all boys for having me. Like always, it's always been fun, man. Thank y'all.
Definitely, man.
Always been a real one, man.
For sure, man. For sure.
He's gonna be the Panthers' next beat writer. So be on the lookout.
So, man, God, hey, Carolina, holla at your boy.
No.
I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, that was Cam, man. Definitely appreciate him for coming on. It's always a good time when he come on, and hopefully we can get Tony back on soon. We know he's still trying to get back to himself. So prayers up to you, Tony.
Pray that
But
man,
yeah.
I hope he good, man. He good people on here.
Yeah, and no more Grand Theft Auto stealing cars and running people over and just blowing up the city, whatever city it is on there.
Hey,
'Cause I know
man.
you're having fun with that.
Hey,
You know-
hope the recovery comes well soon, brother.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I think we will sign Odell Beckham Jr. if it comes to bill. I take him as a wide receiver. I take him. Maybe as a wide receiver 3. I take him. Think he can really help out is keep double teams off CeeDee Lamb. Noah Brown won't get as many targets. The drop. Notice I said 2 drop.
It's gonna be okay, AB.
It's not going to be okay.
It's gonna be okay.
Should have won that game.
But you didn't.
All went through his hands. And it ended up in a pick 6 for a loss.
Rashawn Jenkins is still running.
Till
There
this
was
day.
a time where I added that moment as a time to want to throw my TV as a Cowboys fan. Nothing will ever top Dez Bryant's screw job in 2014 against Green Bay, but it's another story for another day.
It's gonna be okay, AB. You need a hug to the screen. You need a virtual hug.
Because I'm not getting over that. I'm not. Especially when the refs came out after the game and said they blew the call.
It's gonna be okay, AB. I promise you. Better days are ahead. The Cowboys are gonna go back to the Super Bowl.
You still haven't gotten over to Telvin Smith.
What?
You still haven't gotten over Telvin Smith
You mean Miles Jack?
or Miles Jack. He was involved too.
No shit, I haven't gotten over that. What's the name of the
You
championship
still
game?
haven't gotten over. So if you haven't gotten over it, I'm not getting over it.
But brighter days are ahead because I got a real quarterback this time, and I don't have Blake Bortles impersonating one.
Well, Blake Bortles is going to re-sign with the Jaguars. I heard that rumor.
He retired dipshit. Don't even do that.
He's coming out of retirement. Just to be a backup, he won't have to start.
To who? The water boy?
Why you got to be the backup water boy?
That nigga suck. I love him. I love him as a man. He cool. But he sucks.
Led y'all to the playoff. Nearly led y'all to the Super Bowl.
Did he though?
Yes.
No.
He almost did.
He
He led nothing. He was a passenger.
did. He was the catalyst. He was the quarterback.
He was an alcoholic Trent
in that
Dilfer.
year. You said what?
He was an alcoholic Trent Dilfer. Don't do that.
Damn, he was a drunk for real?
Beach Bar Blake is a thing, baby.
Damn, what y'all got going on in Jacksonville?
Miss Jackson, bro. We're Justin Blackman here. It is what
Yeah,
it is.
he was the catalyst. He led y'all.
Timmy Smith was on crack.
He was balling that year. You can't deny Mars. He was balling that year.
Who?
Blake Bortles.
No, he
That
wasn't.
year was the Super Bowl. He was balling that year.
No, he wasn't.
He was too.
He was just fine. He just wasn't terrible like he was the last several years. He was Daniel Jones. Just don't throw interceptions, please.
Damn, why you gotta be that?
That's what he was.
And he got paid. He got paid.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
I'm still floored that he got paid and they can't even get a deal done with Lamar Jackson. Like, how do y'all think this ends with Lamar Jackson before we get off it? Because
He'll stay in Baltimore probably because they'll finesse the market and say, hey, see, look at that. No one wants to give fully guaranteed. Let's take this deal, that 160 guarantee we try to give you.
yeah, but the thing is, if you Lamar Jackson, how do you go back into that locker room? Not really necessarily the locker room, but to that front office, knowing that they really didn't believe in you like they should have.
I don't
Because
think it's not believing. They just didn't want to pay him as much as he wanted.
but see, that's the thing. If Daniel Jones can get his money, Derek Carr can get his money. Geno Smith, even though he definitely deserves it, got his money. Why can't Lamar get his money? He's better than all three of them.
Quarterback markets are funny. They're very, very fucking funny.
It's because he's a.
It's just that's the thing because you're looking at these guys in the front office and it's like that's the thing. They don't want to pay you. So clearly they don't value you as much as they should. Like it's a slap in the face then because he's a former MVP. Like that's a slap in the face. Like y'all weren't crap whenever he got hurt after this past season.
Don't take a good thing for granted. Just don't.
I mean, he's practically their team, man.
He is the team.
He's
But-
the heart and soul of that team.
You know how the Ravens are. They can win with anybody, but like guys, that's not how this is anymore. Just pay the man.
But I don't want to blame Ozzie Newsome because I know his hands probably tied because you got the owner and
He's not the GM anymore anyway.
he's not.
No, he's been the GM for years.
They had him interview. They had him.
He's still in the organization, but he's not the GM anymore. It's Eric DeCosta.
See, that's the problem. See, if I think if Ozzie Newsome, this deal would have been got done.
I don't think so because the Ravens have never really paid quarterbacks like that, except for Joe Flacco.
Or should we say Joe Fluke on like a certain?
Hey, got a championship. Played out of his mind that playoff, but it's still Joe Flacco.
I'm pretty sure that defense will just.
Now he actually legit balled out. I can't lie.
He did. He did. Hey, they was running away with that game till the power went out. We all know why that power went out. We all know what was really happening.
Shout out Beyonce.
It had nothing to do with that. It's a conspiracy. It's a
Pull that
conspiracy.
shit down.
The blowout was finna happen. They said, we can't have this. Nope. Let's cut this power for a good bit so San Francisco can get right. All of a sudden the power come back on, the game get close. You believe it?
Maybe not.
But yeah,
Like, why would they do that when they've watched Super Bowls be blowouts all the time? What makes this one different?
yeah, just look at what Seattle did to Denver like the year after.
Like the average Super Bowl score is like 33-17.
Yeah, that's true.
The Super Bowl usually sucks.
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
But it's been great the last few years,
I'm
thankfully.
saying we're getting spoiled by good ones, but historically the game is terrible.
Yeah, except for Tampa. Wait, which one?
Historically, we've gotten spoiled by good ones over the year in the 2000s, but historically this game is fucking awful most of the time.
Yeah, and with the exception of Kansas City and Tampa Bay, because Patrick Mahomes is running for his life the
Yeah.
entire game.
It's only bad when I can. Well, the Super Bowl with the Rams and Patriots was really fucking boring.
Yeah, I was gonna say that one was terrible because it was boring. It wasn't necessarily a blowout.
It was just boring.
But yeah, it was just like, what are we watching here? Like, what is this? It made
What
you
about
want.
the Broncos Panthers?
I don't remember anything about it.
That
It wasn't boring so much as that like the defense for the Broncos was just on one.
good. And like they were just on one that game.
I kind of said before that game, I was like, this defense with the personnel of that offense, it's a mismatch made in hell.
Yeah,
And then he just straight up just never recovered after that.
right. Y'all got any final thoughts before we get up off of here?
Pay Lamar Jackson.
And
I
then,
think we can all agree with that one. Pay Lamar Jackson.
Fuck the NFL owners for trying to collude and trying to keep these wages down. And if the NFL Players Union was even remotely good, like look at your brother in the NBA. They get their players paid all the time. They get their way. Learn from them.
NFL.
they get the 10th player max money, bro.
You have
Max guaranteed money.
rosters earning $20 million a year.
Like if you are just a 40% 3-point shooter or 30-some% 3-point shooter, you're getting paid $12 million a year, guaranteed fully.
Exactly. So, D. Smith, NFLPA.
Stop being bitches.
Yeah, grow some balls. Grow a pair.
Like they're colluding in your face, and you're not going to do anything.
That's literally that's the equivalent of, and I hate to use this reference, letting another man come in and sleep with your wife right in front of you.
Oh,
That's pretty much what you're doing. So we can agree. Pay Lamar Jackson. Stop the collusion. Get this man his money. With that, who got the song this week?
Mr. Monroe's. I think any of you.
it's my song. It's my song, really?
Is it?
I think he had it last week.
We don't be keeping track of this shit at all.
Eddie Mobbin last week.
Because
Okay.
I remember I gave him to. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we did agree on one. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, we did all agree on that one.
All right, what we got this week? All right,
Before
actually,
before we go, man, we didn't talk about the Saints though. Like,
Oh yeah.
They still think they're competitive. I don't know why.
I mean, it's not a terrible move. Like it's not a move. I'm not gonna say they're Super Bowl contenders, but they'll
Are they
definitely.
contending anything? Their division, sure, because the division's terrible. But what are they contending for?
I mean, maybe a second round exit.
Maybe.
I mean, just get back out there, man, because shit.
I mean, but who's he gonna be throwing to? You have Chris Olave, but who else afterwards? Because I think Michael Thomas is gone.
Yeah, I don't see.
Ooh, yeah, that's true.
I mean, they're gonna have to look at another wide receiver in this draft.
Yeah, but they'll be fine. Like they're an older, aging roster, so I guess it's like a one last little run type of deal. I don't see them going anywhere. I just don't. They win the division because there's no other quarterback.
Yeah, because I mean, we got to see it from Kyle Trask at the NFL level.
I don't see it.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a rookie most likely.
Atlanta.
Desmond Ritter's gonna be your quarterback.
Yeah, and getting free Kyle Pitts. Because damn,
Yeah, so
That division is
shambolic.
disgusting.
that division is disgusting. That division is an abomination.
Both South divisions are terrible.
Yeah, you know how terrible your division is when you 8-9 and win the division. Like, come on, man.
Hey, somebody gotta go.
And somebody almost won the NFC South at 6-11. They were
That's
literally about
disgusting.
6-11 and win that division. They could have been 6-11 and won that division. Let that sink in.
That's disgusting. All I know is I'm gonna be very happy lording over my division for next year. Whatever happens with the other quarterbacks happens. I hope they restructure. I hope someone like Anthony Richardson gets a shot in like Indianapolis somewhere. But please help him if you do.
Get weapons around him and do it.
Just put your arms around him and say, "Yeah, you know what? We believe in you. We got you." But again, Saints, I don't know how competitive y'all think y'all are, but good luck.
Jesus at this point.
Oh, I got a song for y'all. 60 Days by Larry June.
Ooh, okay.
Alchemist. Alchemist even raps on it.
Hey, fantastic selection, man.
I'll do my best.
Hopefully, our listeners not like the Rolling Loud crowd.
Oh my God.
That's better than I would have chose. I was gonna choose. I would have chosen a song from Def Jam Fight from New York. I'm just kidding.
Brother.
Hey man, that was a good music on that.
It was. The Def Jam roster when it actually was a roster. It was pretty good.
Yeah, I was looking at something yesterday. Said Def Jam Icon came out 16 years ago. Who cares? That game sucked. But yeah, let everybody know where they can follow y'all and your regular accounts, burner accounts.
No burner account necessary over here. Marcus Davis 904 on Twitter, like usual.
Not too famous on all social media platforms.
At AceWade1. You can follow me on Twitter at AceWade1, on Instagram at Ace_Wade1, ladies. You can follow the podcast account on Twitter at Indie Evidence and on Instagram at Indisputable Evidence. Marcus, why do you keep laughing?
Talking about some ladies. Come on now, maybe.
I mean,
It's a certain kind of lady too.
what do you mean certain kind of
You know,
lady?
because you favor, a little bit of caramel sundaes and some buttered pecan and French vanilla.
What
No
about
comment.
what about
No
cinnamon?
comment.
Caramel sundae.
You ain't gonna have my back down there, really? You gonna do you gonna do that thing, really?
He say no comment.
No comment.
Supposed to have my back, man.
Come on, it's okay. You love your caramel sundaes, bro. I understand it. I do too. But
With the little
It's not February anymore, brother. You can do you.
with the little cinnamon.
it's February, bro. You can live your truth.
Yeah. with that, this has been another great episode, man. We'll be back next week. Hopefully, Hole and Jerry's not in car hell, because that's what it was. So we'll hopefully be back Hole next Tuesday for y'all. Free agency will have started, and we'll have more on that. Well, with that, we're gonna leave you as we always do. God bless. Stay safe. Take care of your loved ones. Tell them you love them. Take care of your mentals. Take care of your chicken. Wear your mask. Wash your hands. Marcus.
Wash with soap and water. Whatever soap it is, I don't matter. It could be a Bar Down, it could be Irish Spring, it could be some Old Spice, but use some soap to wash it nasty, dirty, absolutely rancid, stank, booty, gluteus maximuses. Or better yet, in layman's terms, yes.
And this goes to everybody in Hollywood that literally admitted that they don't wash themselves every day. Y'all need to be arrested. All of you.
Y'all disgust me. All right, I can smell y'all through the damn screen while I'm watching y'all movies.
That's what they all look like.
I know it smells crazy at the Oscars.
Good Lord. Gonna be so much BO up in there. Somebody gonna pass out. I hope nobody die. But yeah.
Jimmy Kimmel, you will get slapped, nigga. Don't you're not that. You're not that guy.
Gwyneth Paltrow, you will crumble.
You're lucky Will Smith ain't gonna be there. You gonna slap somebody else if he there. Make a joke about his wife. I don't blame you, man. I'm glad you did it. I did it too. But yeah. Again, also go Heat, go Gators, go Cubs, go Yankees, go Braves, go Cowboys. Y'all want to shout y'all teams out before we go?
All right, no mind, go Jags, go Gators and everything. Go Braves. Go basketball by my agenda out for the Sacramento Kings. So like the beam.
Shout out to you, UM basketball. Shout out to them. That's my only team I'm rooting for. That's it.
Boy, stop. He ain't moving the needle.
The who?
Dolphins ain't gonna move the needle.
He know he's still watching.
Come on, get you an agenda NBA team like I always do,
But we ain't getting past the first round. We've already conceded that.
I can't talk.
Find you a team out there.
Love y'all brothers.
Agenda started.
Love y'all brothers.
Love you too, Darnell. But get you an agenda. And happy spring break for my brothers out there. That's still hitting the books.
Happy spring break for everybody out there. Panama City been shut down, so don't go there.
Fort Lauderdale's already, that's always on and popping.
Y'all all head to Miami because once y'all do, I'm telling you right now, y'all ain't gonna want to leave.
Even though, like I said last week, there's always one question I have to ask my brothers out there because it's spring break.
Dominican women with sentiment on. Oops, I said it out loud. Wait, what was that?
Take care, man.
Like I said, this is a question for my brothers out there. It's spring break. You never know.
And with that, we up out of here. God bless y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Stay safe.